I would describe the impact of that devastating 2010 flood on the poorest people of Pakistan as almost apocalyptic. The scale of the destruction of their lives and hope in their lives was almost undescribable. And what's so tragic is much of the attention of the world has now been moved away from them, and yet many of them are worse off now than when all the land was underwater.
The flood came at night. We got very scared and ran from our village. We came to the embankment, and we are still here. Then this center was set up for us, and this made us very happy. We get to learn here and play.
We had a school in the village, but I didn't go there because the schoolmaster used to beat us.
They lost everything, and they were silent. They couldn't share everything and their own feelings with the parents and everyone. They were just in the shock because they couldn't understand what happened all of a sudden. We can now see smile on their faces, and that's a big change. And these children, even they move out of their houses now, and they come to this child-friendly space very safely, and they feel protected also.
I'm tremendously proud of the fact that within a month, 4.3 million people were being provided with clean water every single day. It was a tremendous logistic operation. And furthermore, those people weren't just in one spot or one camp. They were over a territory the size of the state of Florida in the United States, or Switzerland, Austria, and Belgium combined. During the emergency, we were able to immunize 10.5 million children, and some of those had never been immunized before. In some ways, this horrible emergency and massive displacement was an opportunity to reach the unreached. And we believe and hope that having once been reached, their awareness will now be raised in terms of the importance of immunization and health care for children. One thing that I wish we could have tackled harder and faster was the malnutrition. I believe that nobody in the health field here in Pakistan realized just how bad the situation was and how low the capacity was. We treated over 45,000 children under age 5 for severe acute malnutrition at more than 500 sites. In addition, we also were able to treat more than 72,000 pregnant and lactating women. The challenge with that is that most of these sites did not exist before this emergency. So we had to set up the sites, we had to train the personnel, we had to get the supplies there, and then we had to go out and mobilize and get the children and women to come into these sites.
I feed my baby rice, chickpeas, pulses, sometimes plain bread. We're poor. We eat what we can afford.
We were able to bring smiles and laughter back to the children, especially through our temporary learning centers and our child protection centers.
If I went to school, I would study and I would get a job. I want to be a doctor.
Because of the floods, we lost everything. We lost our homes. If we had a school, we would be so happy.
We don't have a school. No one has ever put one here. This is the first time we've had a teacher. I want to study so I can become a police inspector. Then I will catch people who rob and gamble and put them in jail.
They were able to come together in a safe space, play some games, talk to a counselor, and forget about their troubles for a moment and maybe make the first steps towards overcoming the kind of trauma and bad memories that they're going to have of this event for many, many years afterwards. I think this has been a transformative experience that has woken up a large number of people in Pakistan and outside of Pakistan. It's shocking to think that there were people who were this poor and this marginalized, and somehow they were under everybody's radar. And we can feel a lot of regret about that, but the important thing is now we know they're there, we know where they came from, we know where they're going back to, and we're going to be there with them this time.